Hello there. We will get started in about 3 minutes. I'm going live again today, so hope that is all right. But then, of course, you can watch this later on. But we've got cardio and core today. We'll get started in about 3 minutes. I'm just going to finish making a few adjustments. I haven't figured out how to see what my view is of my space on the camera before going live. So I should figure that out probably, but yeah, so I'm just going to finish getting adjusted. We are going to do some step ups today. So if you have a chair or a bench or something that you can step up on, you'll want to have that ready. But otherwise, you can also have a mat if you would like, but you won't need any weights or anything unless you want to add it for extra challenge. All right, we'll get started just a bit. All right, we will get started in 1 minute with a warm up and all of that. Make sure I have my water accessible. All righty, it is 12 o'clock. Hello, happy Tuesday. I hope you had a great long weekend. My name is Kaity, and I will be teaching a cardio and core class here today. We will have 4 rounds plus an extra core round at the end. But yeah, we've got 3 exercises per round. The first 2 will be more cardio based, with the third being more core focused, and then we'll repeat that. So we'll go through the 3 exercises twice, and then take a minute rest, and then move on to the next round. So 4 rounds of that, different exercises for each round, and then again, like I said, we'll end with some extra core work, doing some side planks and whatnot, and we'll have room or time to stretch as well. So that is also important. So about 30 minutes today, but I hope you enjoy. If you've got music, go ahead and turn that on. I won't be playing any while teaching. So feel free to turn up those tunes, and I'm going to turn on this fan real quick, and then we'll get started. All right, so we are just going to start our warm-up with a little march in place. So just picking up those feet. I'll walk back a little bit so you can see me a little bit better. So marching, moving those arms. And you can start taking those into some arm circles. You can start a little smaller, and then slowly make those arm circles a little bit bigger. Good, and then take it back. Perhaps starting a little smaller, and then getting a little bigger. Good, let's take it to cross and open. Take it into just some butt kicks here. I'm just going to start bending my legs a little bit. So Just bringing that heel right up to the rear, opening up that chest. Good. 2 and 1. Good. Let's take it into some higher knees. So still keeping it low impact. Just bringing those knees up toward our chest while also pulling down. Getting a little core warm up there too. We'll move into some side reaches next. Got my pretty standard warm up, so if you've taken my class before, most of these moves look familiar. All right, side reaches, so reaching side to side here. Really extending through that side body, pointing that toe as we reach out overhead. From here, we'll take it into some side to sides, but we're going to stay here for about 10 more seconds. We're just going to take it nice and wide. Work on warming up those inner thighs. All right, 3, 2, 1. Just take it nice and wide. Just take it side to side. Okay? So nice big. Just moving side to side to warm up those inner thighs a little bit. We'll move into some nice easy squats. Do some jumping jacks. And finish up with some inchworms. All right. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's take it into some squats. So just feet about hip width apart. Sit it down nice and easy here. So not full range of motion quite yet. You're just warming up that body. We will get into full range of motion a little bit later. So really pushing those hips back. Weight is in our heels. And a nice squeeze of the glutes up at the top. Always have to remind myself that. And 1. Good. Jumping jacks. So you can start it off here. Just taking one foot out at a time. Option. Make it more of a jump, but still just taking one leg out at a time. Or you can be here. I like this one. All right, we're going to do some inchworms in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Out into that plank. Hold that plank. Then walk it back up. And again. Warming up that upper body a little bit. Good. Good. Give me a couple more of those. I'm just going to double check what we're going to do next. 2 and 1. Good. Okay, so first 2 exercises. Already forgotten them. I'm so bad with my memory. We've got a step up, so we'll just focus on one side. So we're just going to take it here. So just tapping that foot down and standing back up, extending all the way through that leg. Second time through, we'll do the other side. Our exercise between then, I need to move this down, is just going to be a leap and a hop. So lateral leap as far out to the side as you can go. You can also step it, come up on the toes. Just make sure you get those arms involved, especially if you're going to do the low impact option. All right, let me just move that over. This is the only time I'm going to be using the bench. All right, so 30 seconds. Oh, last exercise. We've got mountain climbers. So up on an elevated option, down before, whatever works for you. All right, so those are our 3. We're going to start with a step up, so go ahead and get ready. So I'm going to run back to my step after I start my timer. 2 and 1. Here we go. I like to get my arms involved just to get a little extra cardio action here. Now, you can set your foot all the way down. Take it a little slower if you need to. So whatever speed you can go. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! Feeling that leg. All right, we've got that leap hop. So again, Leaping side to side or big step side to side. It's a vertical hop. Between, here we go. Side to side. Action, step it. Up on the toes, step it. Nice and intentional with our movement. With the hands. And reach. Good. 7 more seconds. You've got this. 2. 1. Good. All right. We're going to hit those mountain climbers. I'm going to grab a little mat. I'm going to do mine up on the bench. But you can certainly do yours down on the floor or even on a higher surface. All right, here we go. Climb it up. Just keeping those shoulders right above those wrists. Body in a nice plank position. So a little side view here for you. Just making sure you're in a nice straight line. I gaze out right in front of those hands. I don't want to be looking back at my toes. I'm looking up in front of me. 2 and 1. Good. Move this down. All right, back to those step ups. I'm going to get the other side this time. So 30 seconds of these. Leap hop, mountain climbers. Then we get a minute rest. And here we go. And breathe. Woo! Halfway. Here we go. You've got it. Oh, man. Woo! And 4, 2, and 1. Ah! Okay. Those are hard. So I did them first so we can get the way. All right. Leap hop. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Remember, option is to step it, come up on the toes. Maybe it's like something between a step and the leap, and it's kind of like step leap. Just kidding. All right. 5. I'm breathing hard too. Good. All right. Time to climb it out. We got a minute break. 30 more seconds here. You've got this. 2 and 1. Here we go. Again, just really trying to keep those shoulders above the wrist. I'm slipping back a little bit. Nice straight line. Okay, especially when we're on the floor, I see a lot of this. Which is okay, especially if it's really just for cardio, but if you want that core work, really trying to keep your body in that straight line, which is why I recommend taking it up to an elevated surface. And rest. So we take it up to that elevated surface. We won't sacrifice form. It'll be a more effective workout that way, or exercise. All right. All right, next exercises. A minute break here. I didn't set my timer up properly, so that's okay though. All right, so we've got plie jumps. Let's see if I get this, because I forgot to practice it. It's been a minute since I've done them. They're not hard, but they just take a little thinking. Okay, so plie jumps. We're going to do a little cross and wide squat. Okay? Now, if that's too much, I just want you to keep it at the wide squat with a little shuffle in between, or just keep it in the wide squat. You know, whatever you kind of need to do. You could just like do a little jack in between, step it in, whatever works. Okay, so we've got those. And we're going to do some shuffles. So side to side, nice and low, just a few to one side, and back the other way. Okay? I'm going to keep it within the frame of this. You can certainly go farther, do a little bit more. All right, and then lastly, we've got a reverse plank. Make sure you can see me. Also can do it from an elevated surface. We're just gonna lift up, shoulders right above the wrists, really squeeze through those glutes, keep those hips lifted. Okay, again, you could do it on a raised surface, make it a little easier. All right, so we're gonna start with those plie jumps. We've got shuffles, then a reverse plank. All right, we're gonna start in 6 seconds. I can move this out of the way at this point, but that's okay. All right, plie and squat, here we go. Nice and wide on that squat. Little cardio element. Okay, you could also just be here. Take it to those toes. There's not really like a good way to mimic this. Maybe you could do that, like a little dance move. A little strange though, so. And rest, good. All right, we've got shuffles. We'll go ahead and move this out of my way. All right, shuffle side to side. 2 and 1, here we go. Trying to stay nice and low, moving those feet as quick as we can. Again, you can really have more space. If you have more space, go ahead and go for a longer time. We're just trying to stay within frame here. Good. Almost there. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Whew. All right, reverse plank. I don't know if you can see it from here, but if you're up on a surface, same thing. It's gonna be a little bit easier. All right, and here we go. Hold it up there, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. If it becomes too much, you can set it down or take it to a tabletop. That's another option, gonna be a little bit easier. And take it out. Really squeeze into those glutes. That's really what's gonna help support. 2 and 1. Squeezing into those glutes really helps support, pull you up, support that low back. Woo! All right. I'm sweaty. Are you sweaty? I am. I'm always sweaty. I'm working out. All right, plie jumps. Here we go. Woo, woo. A little fancy footwork. Like little, not little, we're like dancers today. Another move I picked up from either Melissa Weigelt or Stephanie Thielen, I forget. Probably most. Seems like a Melissa move. Those are fitness people. Just throwing out names to you all, and you're like, who? And rest, good. All right, shuffles. Oh, I'm tired. 2 and 1, here we go. Side to side here. Trying to stay nice and low. If you need to, you can take it up high. Whatever your level's at, right? Whatever is feeling good for you today, but also challenging you. 2 and 1. All right, reverse plank. Deep breaths in. All right, then rise up. 2 and 1. Here we go. And really squeezing into those glutes. Options to go into tabletop. Or just drop those hips down if you need to rest for a second. And get back into it. Woo. Good. 7 more seconds. 2 and 1. Drop. Oh. How about that? That's funny. Suddenly my timer decided to beep. I don't know why. Why is it this point it's decided to be? Okay. Round 3, folks. We've got, all right, we're going to do a lunge, reverse lunge with a front kick, okay? So we're going to stay on one side. Now, if it's too much for you to lunge down or maybe you have bad knees, you can just take the leg kind of back behind you, like this, and bring it up for that kick. Okay, so modify that to what feels good. So we'll do one side, then we'll move into our long jump with the shuffle back. So option 1, take it forward, run it back. Take it forward, run it back. Option, so leap forward and take it back, and then just alternate that foot, okay? Final option, big step forward, shuffle it back. Big step forward, shuffle it back, okay? Then we'll move into warrior crunches. So we're gonna just take it nice and low into that plie. Take it side to side. Just like we're between a pane of glass, 2 panes of glass, okay? So really, move my balance. So really trying to keep that body upright the whole time, just moving laterally. And then the second time through, we will do the other side of move lunges. All right, so starting with that lunge kick, I'm gonna start with my right leg back. And here we go. All right, you do those, hold on. This is extremely loud. I feel like it's gonna blow your ears off. I wanted you to be able to hear it, but not, not that bad. Okay, so lunge and kick. Now options to also hold onto a wall or a chair. So you can lunge down fully, okay, or you can just take it back into a nice kind of step back and then kick. 2 and 1, good. All right, we've got that long jump with the shuffle back. Again, take your options, do what works for you. Then we'll move into warrior crunches. All right, 3, 2, and 1, here we go. So long jump forward, shuffle those feet back. Make sure as you jump, really bending those knees, so really getting into that squat as you jump down, okay? Same thing with if you're leaping forward. You really want to bend into that knee so that absorbs the shock, okay? Without going too far forward. 2 and 1, good. Whew. All right, we've got warrior crunches. So again, we're taking it nice and wide. We're gonna sink it down, we'll go side to side. Here we go. Try to take that elbow to the knee, but your range of motion doesn't allow that, that's okay. Just take it as far as you can, okay? Trying to stay nice and low, without tipping forward too much, so we're trying to really pretend like we've got those panes of glass between us. Good, 7 more seconds. It's natural to kind of lean forward a little bit, but we really want to try to keep upright. 2 and 1. Woo! All right. Back to that lunge and kick. So I believe I was kicking with my right foot last time. So I'm going to take my left foot back this time. And here we go. You might notice that on one side, your balance is a little bit better than the other. Also pretty normal, related to our strength and even our flexibility. Sometimes our flexibility varies between each side too. And that can cause issues with our balance too. And our offense are related too. All right, 3, woo, lost my balance. And 1, good. There we go. Back to that long jump or long leap, the shuffle back. 3, 2, and 1, here we go. Forward. Have your ponytail hit you in the face every time. Good. Halfway. Again, leap. Shuffle back. If you're leaping, change the lead foot. You can also take a big step, shuffle it back. 2 and 1. Woo! Tough ones. All right, back to that warrior crunch. 2 and 1. Here we go. Side to side. Really trying to focus in on pulling that belly button into the spine. Not gonna lie, today is another one of those days where so far I've not eaten enough. I had to fast for a blood test. 10 more seconds. Then since then I just haven't quite caught up to my fuel needs, which is not good when you're working out, teaching, right? 2 and 1. But we're gonna rest for 1 minute. I feel like it's important for me to just be real with you when I'm feeling a little lower energy, slightly lightheaded. I just didn't plan well enough today. We're human, right? Okay. All right, friends. Last round before we hit the ground for some core work. So first one is going to be squat hops. Okay. So a couple options here. Just take it into a wide and narrow squat, hopping those feet out at the same time. Okay. Trying to stay nice and low. Lower you can be, the better. Okay. Option is to start with that narrow squat. Staying low. We're just stepping it out 1 foot at a time to keep it nice and low impact. All right, so that's first exercise. Second one is plank jacks. I'm actually going to take it over to my thing and I'll move this better into better view. We're just going to take it out and in, okay? Option is to walk those feet out 1 at a time. You can also take it to the floor. All right, and then finally we've got bird dogs. So work our low back a little bit, tabletop. We're going to just stay on one side, and then we will switch sides the second time through, okay? All right, so starting with those squat hops. We're going to start in about 7 seconds. All right, friends, take it nice and low. 2 and 1. Here we go. Out and in. And breathe. Option. Step it out 1 at a time. If you need a little bit more for the cardio aspect, add the arms. Take it into a little bit more of a side step. Okay? So options there. Good. And 4, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, what did I say is next? Plank jacks, right? Push this forward a little bit. I'm going to do mine up on the bench. 2 and 1. Here we go. So out and in. Now, if I feel myself starting to bounce too much, okay, that's going to be hard on my hips and my low back. So, option would be to just take it out 1 step at a time, 1 foot at a time. So you can keep that nice solid core, or nice solid, torso, yeah, without bouncing too much. And rest, good. All right, bird dog, so I'm going to stay right where I am, actually. And take it down. So I want to make sure I'm not arching through the back, but nice neutral spine. I'm going to reach with my left hand and right leg. So just bringing it in and out. And again, we'll switch sides the second time through. So really focusing on keeping that core nice and tight. Keep that spine, keep that back in neutral alignment. Make sure you're not arching that back. It's a really good exercise for our low back. 2 and 1, good. Ooh, works the shoulder a little bit too. All right. Squat hops again, right? Yep. Take it nice and low. 2 and 1. Here we go. You've got this. 1.5 minutes left work for this cardio and core, and then we'll take it down to the ground for a little bit of extra core and stretch. I didn't set up my timer quite correctly today, so I've had to come and pause it every time. Didn't set it up right. It's okay. Good. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, plank jacks. Get a little bit of a side stitch. I can feel it. Sorry that I'm like off to the side. 2, and 1. Here we go. Take it out, trying to really keep, there's gonna be some level of bouncing. You just don't want it to be like, oh. But if you really want to just keep it nice and solid, you can also just take it out side to side. Still get some cardio, still working that core. Good. And 4, 2, and 1. Oh, I'm sweaty. All right, last one here, bird dog. I'm gonna take my right hand out, right arm out, left leg. 2, and 1, here we go. Pull it in, straighten it out. Neck in neutral alignment. My eye gaze is just kind of out in front of my hands. So I'm not looking up, we're looking back. So looking back is going to probably be a little bit better and not quite as tiring on your neck as looking up. 2, and 1. Woo! All right, y'all. Great job. Kind of run out of time. I feel like I was taking too much time between things, so I apologize for that. All right, grab this. We're just going to do a side plank, and then we'll do a V-sit hold, and then we'll finish up. We're just going to do 30 seconds for each side, and then we'll take a little bit of time to stretch. So let me just pull up that option here. All right, so side plank first. Back myself up. So we're just going to take it up. You can start here on the knee, or stack the feet, or stagger them. Okay. If you know more advanced options, by all means, do those. I'm going to start on my left side. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. You can also raise an arm. But basically, point is that we really want to just try to keep those hips lifted. We don't want to let them drop. So, if you feel like your hip is starting to drop, you can drop to the knee and pull it up that way. Okay? It's a great way to get into the side plank and start training up to that full side plank. Another option is to be up on the hand. 2, and 1. Good. All right, let's flip over to the other side. We'll do a little V-sit hold, and then we'll be ready to stretch. All right. I'm just going to stay down on my knee. And here we go. Lift it up. Nice straight body. Really pulling that hip up. Getting those obliques, pull that belly button into the spine, really tighten through everything. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Really, really squeeze. Squeeze that glute. Pull that belly button in. Keep pulling that hip up. 2, and 1. Good. Woo! All right. Last thing. Sorry, probably should have adjusted this down a little bit. That's why we're going to try to be shooting these ahead of time. But anyway, all right, so we're going to just do a nice hold here. If you can take your legs out, go for it. I'm not quite at that level, to be honest, so I'm just going to keep it nice and bend legs. All right, so 30 seconds. Ready? Here we go. So just taking it back to a 45-degree angle. Some people like to do the Pilates pump, I believe is what they call it. Just really pulling into that spine. Now, if you are starting to feel a lot of stress in your low back, put the feet down on the ground and just take it back into the 45-degree angle. You can also do that, okay? So we really don't want to have that stress in that lower back. 2, and 1. Good. All right. So that's it for the workout. We'll stretch. That's about it. But we'll go ahead and stretch. Since we're already down on the floor, I say we take it back onto our backs and do a little figure 4 stretch. So pulling my bottom leg in toward me while trying to push my top leg or my top knee away from me. Holding that for a few seconds here. Nice, deep breaths. All right, other side. And we'll sit it up. Woo. My right side's tighter than my left, that's for sure. Ooh, nutty. All right. Keep pulling that in, pushing that knee away. I like to weave my hands in and kind of use my elbow to push my top knee away. Feels a bit more natural for me, but whatever works for you. 2 and 1. Good. Just roll it over to the side. Stretch the front of those hips now. Might want to mat if you need it. Just going to take my leg out. Ease into that stretch through that front. I want a little bit deeper, a little bit more up through the side body. You can go ahead and lift that arm up and above the head and kind of tilt over to the side. So we're tilting over toward the knee that's out in front. Really good stretch. I think I say this every time, so if you've taken my classes before, you've seen it, but just a good stretch, especially if you sit a lot during the day, like at your job or whatever. Really helps keep those hips nice and loose. Helps keep that low back pain at bay. All right, let's get the other side. We'll stand it up and do a few standing stretches. We'll send you on your way. Woo. Good. A few more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, let's get those feet underneath us. And a forward fold, drop the neck. And when you're feeling ready, slowly roll that up. Few little shoulder rolls. All right, I'm going to grab one foot, stretch through my quad a little bit more. So you might also feel this in the hip a little bit too, which is great. But unlike the other one, I feel this quad stretch a little bit more down into my quad, so I like to do both. And then just trying to keep my knee toward my other knee. We're lifting it up a little bit. Becomes almost like more of an exercise and can put some strain on our knees. So just trying to keep those nice and close together. Really squeeze through that glute. You need a deeper stretch. Squeeze through that glute. 2, 1. Good. Let's get the other side. Again, for that deeper stretch, squeeze through that glute. Kind of helps tilt that pelvis just a little bit to kind of get a little bit of a deeper stretch into that leg. I'm going to keep my knee from locking, the one that's standing. All right, a couple more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. I'm going to just take it nice and wide. And down with a little bit of a flat back. I'm going to tilt my toes inward. And get a nice stretch on the outer shin here. If you ever get shin splints or anything like that, this stretch can be good for that, as well as icing and rest, but this stretch can be helpful sometimes for that. I'm just going to take it over to one side just a little deeper. The other. Good. A quick little kickstand, get our hamstrings just a little bit more. You can grab the toe if you want, but the idea is to really try to keep a nice flat back and chest lifted while we're doing this one. Of course, if you're doing a forward fold, it might look a little different. Okay, other side. All right, let's end with just some deep breaths here. And take a nice deep breath in. And hold. And release. Good. One more. Good. Awesome job today. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Katie. I hope you enjoyed the core and cardio workout today. Feel free to leave a comment on what you liked, even what you didn't like. You can like this video as well. And then as always, you can email us at virtualfitness@tryhealth.com to give us any feedback, classes you'd like to see, that sort of thing. So we're here to serve you and would love to hear what you think and what you would like to see us do. So we are here for you, right? But otherwise, if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely do that. You get notifications when we're going live or when videos are being premiered. So again, thanks for joining me. I'm so grateful for your time and have a good rest of your week. Bye.